Burners and booms. This module covers burners and burner booms, essential for safe flaring during well testing operations. It begins with the principle of burner operation, followed by an overview of burner features and associated equipment used to efficiently and safely burn hydrocarbons. The module then focuses on burner booms, detailing their selection criteria, rig-up procedures, and boom hang-off geometry to ensure safe deployment and structural integrity. Finally, it presents operation and safety guidelines, emphasizing best practices to minimize risk and ensure environmental and personnel safety. This slide illustrates a three-headed burner securely installed on a burner boom aboard an offshore rig. This configuration enables efficient and controlled flaring of hydrocarbons during well testing operations. The setup ensures safe dispersion of heat and combustion products away from the rig, minimizing risk to personnel and equipment. The image also highlights key aspects of boom geometry, burner spacing, and offshore rig-up practices, reflecting the importance of proper burner selection and rigging for high-rate well testing. During well testing operation, burners and booms are mainly used to dispose of the oil at the surface, avoid oil storage and pollution problems, and limit heat radiation on rigs. Burners are installed on long booms to keep them at a safe distance from the rig. The principle of the burners is based on the atomization of the well effluent, which results in the formation of fine droplets. The burners require propane for the pilot lights, electricity for the ignition system, such as lodge boxes or spark plugs, an air supply from dedicated air compressors, and water is mainly used to prevent heat radiation. Burners are classified according to the number of combustion heads, which determines the maximum oil flow rate. Burners features. Burners are usually equipped with water ring for better combustion. Hearth is used to guide the air, pilot light to lit the burner, ball valves on air and oil lines to select the number of heads to be used, air and oil check valves to prevent air from passing into the oil line and vice versa, and a swivel joint to allow pivoting position of the burner. Atomizers. The oil combustion is achieved with oil atomizers. The air and the oil are combined in the atomizer before ignition by the pilots. There are different types of nozzles, 11 mm for oil nozzle and 22 mm for air nozzle. Gas pilot light. The gas pilot light is located below the atomizer. It is a small propane burner with spark plug, lit by sending high voltage from a remote control box or lodge box. Swivel joint. The swivel joint of the burner acts as a pivot to support the whole burner. It allows the burner to be positioned up to 75 degrees on either side of the horizontal axis. Burner air circuit. A check valve is mounted on the air line, upstream of the atomizer, to prevent the oil or effluent from entering into the air line and compressor's engine. Never use rig air supply to supply the burner. Always use dedicated air compressors with enough air capacity. Generally, 2 compressors are used as backups for continuous burning operation. Burner oil circuit. A check valve is mounted on the oil line, upstream of the atomizer, to prevent the air passing from the atomizer into the oil line. A typical situation in which this might occur is during the startup procedure of the burner, because air is sent to the atomizers before the oil is sent. Burner's equipment. Light burner. Example: the Spitfire. It is a single-headed burner, used for general service. Its capacity is 4,000 barrels of oil per day at 300 psi. High-efficiency burner. Example: the Green Dragon. It is a 3-headed burner, used for general or H2S service. Its maximum capacity is 7,000 barrels of oil per day at 300 psi with 3 heads used. High-efficiency burner. Example: the Sea Dragon. It is a 4-headed burner, used for general or H2S service. Its maximum capacity is 9,000 barrels of oil per day at 300 psi with 4 heads used. Mud burner. It is a 3-headed burner. The top head is for oil mix and the 2 bottom heads are for diesel. It is used for general or H2S service. Its maximum capacity is 5,000 barrels per day of mud, diesel or oil. High-efficiency clean burner. Example: the evergreen or sunflower. It is a single-headed burner with 12 nozzles. It is used for general or H2S service. Its maximum capacity is 15,000 barrels of oil per day at 360 psi. The evergreen burner is the most efficient clean burner. It does not require water injection into the flame. However, it requires heavy-duty 85 feet booms due to significant heat radiation generated by this type of burner. Burner booms. The burner is mounted on a boom to keep it away from the rig in order to reduce heat radiation and the risk of fire. Heat radiation is also controlled with water curtains on the boom. The boom provides gas flare pipe and piping to supply air, water, oil and propane. Two booms are usually installed on opposite sides of a drilling rig for safe burning in changing winds. The booms exist in 60 feet or 85 feet lengths. There are two types of structures available, the U-shaped or the V-shaped. For the installation and rig-up of the boom, the following equipment are required: the king post, the base plate, the vertical guy lines, and the horizontal guy lines. The boom is mounted on the rig with the rotating base plate to allow horizontal and vertical movements. Horizontal guy lines are used to orient the boom horizontally. The vertical guy lines, fixed to the king post or to the rig structure, are used to support the boom weight. Burner boom selection. A 60 feet boom may be used for a flow rate up to 10,000 barrels of oil per day. An 85 feet boom may be used for a flow rate more than 10,000 barrels of oil per day. A standard U-shaped boom is generally equipped with only one gas flare line. A heavy-duty V-shaped boom is equipped with two gas flare lines. Burner boom rig up. The boom is lifted with the crane. Make sure the lifting arm is secured with locking pin. The fish plate has to be behind the lifting arm to be able to attach the top guy line. Make sure to use tag lines during the lifting operation. Connect the boom to the welded base plate with swivel to allow horizontal and vertical movements. Insert the pin in the hole indicated at both sides of the boom and secure it with safety pins. Attach the vertical or top guy line to the king post to support the boom weight. The boom axis should be placed slightly above the horizontal axis. Finally, attach the horizontal or side guy lines to their attachment points on the rig structure and orient the boom horizontally. Boom hang-off geometry. In order to achieve a safe and correct hang-off, the distance A on the picture should be at least equal to 22 feet or 7.5 meters. The vertical guy line's angle to the horizontal axis should be at least equal to 25 degrees, and the upper attachment point must be in line vertically with the base plate. On the following pictures we can see two cases where the upper attachment point is not in line vertically with the base plate, which create a risk for the boom assembly to fall. Operation and safety guidelines. During the burners and booms installation, the following safety aspects must be taken into consideration. Standby boat is in constant contact with radio. Weather condition to be taken into consideration. Preferably this operation is carried out by daylight. Well test supervisor to have a work permit in place. Everybody working on the boom must wear a life vest. It is not compulsory to be attached with a safety harness. Restrict the number of personnel on boom to a maximum of 2 people. Thank you so much for watching. That's a wrap for today's presentation. If you found it helpful, go ahead and give it a like and hit that subscribe button. It really supports us in making more content like this. See you in the next video.